Hey everybody, it's Ken back with Malcolm, Coach Malcolm, with the Savvy Inspector, and we're talking about some frequently asked questions that we get each and every year. So I said, why don't we just go ahead and talk about those? Right now, I've got Malcolm here with me. Okay, so here's what we always get asked. What city is the workshop being held in this year? Because somebody's going to ask that, aren't they? They ask me all the time. So I said, it's virtual. In other words, it's online. So you just get in there and get your code, and you can get in and watch it. And again, it's live. And Malcolm, I can't emphasize enough how important it is you can bring your staff. Now, don't bring a bunch of home inspectors over and have beers and watch it for free. This is just for you. You buy one ticket, it's for you and your staff. I mean, your staff really needs to be implementing these things. I mean, our owners like you send your staff to the Savvy Inspector. They have a membership there, and they come in and learn these strategies. So letting them come in and participate in the event live is way better. They can ask questions. So it's virtual, it's online. So if you've got a computer, great. If you don't, we're going to give it to you after the fact anyway. What time does the workshop start and stop every day? 9 to 5 Eastern a time, Malcolm. And that's a long time, but we got breaks and lunch and that kind of thing. Now, we're doing 90-minute sessions this year instead of 60. What do you think about that? You like that better, Malcolm, 90 minutes?
Yeah, I like that.
As a presenter, I like it because it allows me to get the information out on the table in more detail, and it allows me to answer questions that people have as we go through. So I kind of am partial to the 90-minute segments. Here's one that happens. This year's workshop geared toward one-man shops or multi-inspector firms? Malcolm, who do you think this year's workshop is geared for?
Everyone.
I mean, if you're a one-man shop, you got to go to the public too, right? Because when your real estate agents go away, or the number of units you can get from them is less, you're going to have to invest too. So I kind of think this is for everybody.
Absolutely.
And it's oftentimes easier for a new inspector to come in and get a great online presence and then get business than it is to go out here and try to get on these lists in real estate offices. So I think even if you're brand new in the business, you need to do it. And I'll tell you what happens too. A lot of home inspectors are older individuals. You know that. I mean, this generation is younger people like yourself coming into the business. And it's a beautiful thing to see. You see it the same way in the real estate business. A lot of them are older, and you see the millennials coming in and really taking over and really loving technology. So what happens is a lot of the older home inspectors will have no online presence either. They'll have a website that's all about them. It's like a business card online. And you read somebody's credentials in the beginning, you're a home buyer. Do you have any idea what that is? I'm a member of this or a member of this. That could be made up. Right. People are skeptical today. I mean, what does that mean? If they don't know what's in it for them right away, they don't work with you. So this is geared for everybody. If you're brand new in the business or you've been in business 40 years, this is for you. If you haven't invested in your online presence, who will be teaching the workshop sessions? Most of them will be our staff. We do it every day. We have about 35 people at the Savvy Inspector working daily on behalf of our home inspector clients. So the staff will basically be teaching different pieces. And the panels will be manned by our clients, mastermind group members, and others who have proven to be hugely successful using the Savvy system. So I think that's the way that one will go. We talked about the panel discussions. And Malcolm, what did you think about them last year? We had a couple of panel discussions. We had some cool people up there.
I love the panel discussions. I mean, we can preach all day long about what works and what doesn't, but these guys and gals actually speak what literally did work for them. Did they modify it? Did they, come up with something new? It's awesome to hear that kind of stuff. Lots of gold in that.
When people came up to me, I think it was a 2017 or 2016 workshop you attended, and they said, and you were on one of the panels, and they said, you know what, these guys, I think it was Stephen Rager and a couple of others, and they said, these guys have only been in the business 2 years or 3 years, and they're ahead of me, and I've been in the business 18 years. And I'm like, they implement, they listen, they take the strategies and implement them. Well, I can't tell you how many people came up and said to me they couldn't believe how far you guys had gotten in such a short period of time. They were embarrassed really by it. So I think what happens is, the panel discussions jumpstart you on what's possible, what's really working in the field for these guys. So I get a lot from it too. I always enjoy listening to it as well.
Absolutely.
So those are the two panels that are there. And then when will I get access to the videos and materials associated with each presentation? All right, so what happens is our team is building the website right now that you'll go to after the event. So after the event's done, give us a few days because the videos have to be rendered and edited and processed. And once they do that, then a few days later, we'll send everybody who participates a note out that says, hey, here's your access, here's your access it. So that way your staff can access it, you can access it, and then get access, get all the materials and rewatch them again, download the handouts and all that kind of stuff. So the answer is, if I buy a ticket, can my office staff attend the virtual workshop at no cost? Yes. And just your staff now, not your buddies. Malcolm has already addressed, he's got 2 of his people going to be in on the event so they can watch it live too. So Malcolm, can you think of anything else people ask us all the time?
Maybe when we do panel discussions or just throughout the event, is there going to be a Q&A for members?
What happens is we may take some questions. I want people to type their questions in the chat box for sure as they're watching the presentations. And what happens is we'll have a couple staff people that are monitoring the chat box. And if it's a relevant something, they'll pop a little message up to the speaker that says, are you going to take questions? Do you have time to take questions? And then we'll go there. And sometimes in the classes, we're going to have more than one speaker during the presentation. One person might be doing the marketing aspect of certain things, and the other person might be teaching the technical aspect of that thing. So we'll be monitored. But we'd love to take questions. And when you do 90 minutes, it does give you the time to do it in many cases. So but again, as I said earlier, if you type a question in the chat box and we don't have time to get to it live, we'll do a follow-up webinar where we'll answer the questions. So I'm just within just a few days after the event's over. So that'll be bonus content too. And then what we'll do, Malcolm, is we'll take that bonus webinar that we did, the Q&A webinar, and we'll attach it to the material for the participants so they can watch it later.
Very cool.
All right. There's a live chat on the page here, so if you have questions, you can chat with our staff during business hours. Of course, we have some sponsors. Savvy is very selective about who we put on. We have a few more to add to. Our Stephen Brewer is our financial services person. He's our chief financial officer for the Savvy, and he has lots of home inspector clients. Savvy members use it. Signature Card Services is the credit card company for the Savvy. They process 100% of our credit card work, and they work for lots of our clients. Great company. Repair Pricer, if you hadn't tried those guys yet, you should really do it. I think that's a cool service right there. And it really works well. You want to know what the total cost of the purchase is, not only the price, but repairs as well. And they've got a great company. And then Digital Stationery. Vern Moreland has been working with us forever. We have Digital Stationery, and so do lots and lots of our clients. I don't want to pay to build a brand, but I'm sending emails anyway, right, Malcolm? You sending emails?
Yes, sir.
If you send emails, why not build a brand? One of the things I really like about Digital Stationery is you can get statistics or analytics. How many people clicked on your stationery? How many went to your website? All those things. 1,334 people went to our website at the Savvy, and I had no idea from sending emails till I looked at the stats. So a lot of cool things about there. Just those 4 guys right now that we're putting up. We'll have a couple more to put up here in a bit. But when you come to the page, please take a look at these. These guys are good. These guys serve the Savvy Inspector members every day of the week. So good folks, good quality products. Malcolm, anything else you want to say about the workshop, sir, before we go?
See you there.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Mr. Malcolm, thank you so much for being on the call, and we look forward to seeing everybody on the workshop.